Alright, welcome all. B-17 Flying Fortress Leader by DVG Games and designed by Dean Brown. We are in week 3 of October 1944. Um, Concentration, we're trying to get rid of our 10 oil VPs. I think we've gotten one of those taken care of. Yeah, I have one there, one there. So I really need two more of them to be taken care of. So I think in week 3, being as we have only 13 um, Luftwaffe squadron coming at us this turn, I'm going to take out an airfield if I can and a oil factory. So we already have one that we got high intel on. So I think I'm going to send out intel. Well, let's go back to our SOP. I'm getting all strategy already and forgetting about sticking to the rules. Receive our weekly SO points. We get 28, but because of our um, mid theater being in Italy, we also get two more SO points. So that's a total of 30. All right, so we put that in there. We don't need to purchase any groups or anything this time. We kept our recon assets. So now I think we're going to go into our recon. Let's blow this up a little bit so we can see it. I am still playing at 63%. There's 100% right there. Um, let's do some recon missions. I really want to go after two airfields just so we have them. Um, our bombers look like our bombers are looking. I think we're pretty beat up on some of them. We can send that wing really needs a break. This wing's okay and that wing's okay. I think what I'm going to do is get a three plane airfield, something semi close. I'm thinking 11 or 12. Let's just go after 11, I think. Both the three VPs. That airfield's worth 4. Range at 2. I can still go after that one. My constriction is this guy right here. He can only go 4. So yeah, we could probably do that one. That would get us another +1 on the ETO theater also. That's an Hex 7. That's a straight shot. Let's see if we can get that one. We'll recon that one. We can take 4 on that one, so I might try to slip another bomber from the first wing in there, being as we're on the last week of October. We'll go with these two. All right, throwing the recon missions. We're adding one because of our ME-262s now. I mean, subtracting one. So the first one, 5, 4. We barely get a medium intel on that one, but that's fine. Barely counts. And on the airfield in Wevelgem, France, I destroyed that pronunciation. We got 4-3, so we'll have nothing on that. So it's a good thing we went for 2. So we're going to have to get 4 bombers on AFO-9. And let's do that one first. So what do we got in the way of bombers here? How about we do determine weather and zones before we do that, Greg? Yes, let's stick with our SOP here. Weather and zones. So, what we're going to do here is starting in England, we're going to add one. 2, 3, going to be a mostly cloudy or partly cloudy. Zone 1, 3, partly cloudy. Zone 2, 2, mostly cloudy. So if we send anybody there, we're going to have to send in an H2X radar. And zone 3, 3, partly cloudy. So we barely made our rolls. So let's see. We want to go after target number AFO 9 and 7 and oil 1 and 13. 13 is oil 1, and we will have to have a H2X on them. And we do. We have the Memphis Belle that can take the lead on that one, so we'll definitely do the second wing's going after oil 01. So let's look that up right now. Oil 01, and we'll take the 357th with them. Actually, yeah, 357th. Okay, so let's go after AFO 9 with the remaining. That'll be our third wing, and we're going to have to take along two guys out of the first because that's a four plane, and I'm willing to take the chance because we're at the end of the month. So one of these two guys we're going to have to try to hide in there and hope for the best. I don't think we've run into this before. We've changed out, and he just wasn't enough to do it. So forget the number of it again. AFO 9. Yes, AFO 9. Let's get our third wing in here. And the way things are going with flak and stuff, I may have to just go with another purchasing one more aircraft down here for them. 93rd will come along with them. And we're going to have either 448th or 499th. Both of those are basically the same. Basically the same. He carries more tonnage. We'll take Hog Wild with us. Okay, that'll be 499th. And then the 20th will go with them. And I got ahead of myself, I'm sure of it on my SOP. Yep, no, select targets to attack. We're doing that. Delay mission execution. Assign groups. So we're still kind of loosely in our SOP. I tend to get ahead of myself sometimes in this part of it. Um, Second target is AFO 9. First target is oil 1. No, it isn't. I got them mixed up. Hmm. Come on, Greg, get your act together. There we go. So, assign groups. We've just done that. No diversions, no ASW, armed bombers. So let's go ahead and put the airfield down there then as our current target. Send that to target intel, send that to UK base. That's AFO 9, which is, this will be my primary wing because these are my healthy guys. We'll have 388th go first and hope we don't, well, we can't get frontal, so it's not going to matter. Mission on, we'll make him lead group. He'll be second group. Castle will go with the 388th. And we're going to bring along, we'll put the Hog Wild as third. try to hide them in there, and the 93rd will be fourth in the end. And Glansberg will fly, and we will fly him with the 499th to try to avoid problems. It's going to be the flak that's going to be the worry. Give him the SA and an evasion. All right. Now we're going to, oh, we need our fighter escort. And that is the 20th on this one. Okay. Now we're going to arm them bombers, and we're going up against the airfield, so we can use the dispersed. First and foremost, we'll have to buy chaff. We got to do that to keep the anti-air down. That'll be two. Um, the big guns, I'm going to expect with one roll that they'll probably take enough damage to get us into shaken. So I'm just going to give them a whole shit ton of M30s. He'll get six of them. All right, and then minus one or blind date the newbies. They were my mandatory recording sneeze. Get that out of the way. B17. If I give him that, let's not do that. Let's give him M44s. That'll give him four, and then we can give him an El Cheapo. Okay, so that's two, costs us two. And this guy here, B26. We want him to have at least one El Cheapo in case he gets jettisoned. These are all plus twos, so I'm not too concerned about it. We'll give them a plus two. He's just going to fly in with M30s. And then last but not least is the 93rd. X7. Yeah, we don't need the H2X in front on that one, so he can fly there. He gets 8 tons. B24. I want to make sure we take this target out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send him an Anzon. Two Anzons. That gives 8. And then an El Cheapo. So it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total for this mission. Alright, so that leaves us 20. We have purchased bombs, purchased equipment. We've done that. Place commander tactics. We're going to set up the display. We're going after target in the Hex 7. Hex 7's down here. We're just going to fly straight to it. Let's get our guys set up over here. 20th, flying high cover. 388, 322. Alright, 388th is the lead, 322 second. And then 499th and 93rd. Okay. Roll for Luftwaffe response. We get 0. So we roll a 1. That should be poor. And is. And I believe we are ready to roll. Drill target bound event card. Release can't go any lower than poor, so we discard that. Move mission counter towards target. We're there. No Luftwaffe, so we'll go right on to moving counter towards target again. Luftwaffe interception will be maximum of twos. These two right here, I'm not even going to flip them because they won't be able to come back out after, so we're going to grab two. And they'll be on their black side. We have an FW-190 and a No Bandit. FW-190 will go up against our escorts. They're fast. They're going to add 5. Subtracting 1 is adding 4. And rolling plus 4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Off he goes. 20th gets a kill. And we move. Go back out now. That over 1. Give him an engagement. It's not going to matter. And over to target resolution. Add previous target damage. There is none. We'll put the medium intel down here. Resolve flak. We have plus 2 for the scenario. Plus 0 over here. We're going to put the chaff on for the active radar, and we get 0 for the weather also. So that'll even out. We're going to add 2 to all die rolls. Every plane except 93rd has a durability of 1, so we'll add 1. Blind date. The 388th will be the first to come in. We're going to roll 1 die, adding 1. 4, 5. That's a miss. They're bombs. We're going to add, subtract 1. 0 for the weather. We'll add 1 for the target. We're at 0. 0 for intel. So we have a 0 modifier for the M44. We roll an 8. That's 3 hits. Nice start. And then M30 we add 2. That'll be a miss. So the 388 gets 3. That's a good start. Flak bait comes in next. They're going to add 1 on the flak. 6, 7. That's going to be 1 damage on them. And then we're going to bring their bombs up. We're adding 2 plus 1 for their air to ground is a 3. Plus 1 for the target is a 4. So we're going to add 4 to each of these rolls. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Increase for the first one. We get 1 damage. Second roll, 10. That's 2 damage. He gets 3. Good. He's usually the one that slacks off of me. I do not fly them much. Next one in is the Hog Wild, the 499th. They're going to add 1 for flak. 4 or 5. Flak misses. Good. We're going to come in here with a plus 2. And all these M30s are going to be plus 2. All right. So we got plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5 for every one of these rolls. So we'll start right off. 12. 1 damage up. 2 damage up. Next roll. 10. 2 damage up. Next roll. 10. 15. 2 damage up. Next roll. 14. 2 damage up. We've already destroyed the target. Next roll. 10. 15. Oops. 2 damage up. Last roll, 510, 2 damage up. He got maximum effort there, 12 damage. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that, especially on the deal cheapos. All right, that's his best run to date. He almost single-handedly took care of the target, and there is no overkill. So it doesn't matter. Death Dealer still got to come in. He's going to add 2 for the flak, rolling 1 die. 8, 9, 10 takes the full 3 damage. Oops. And he'll still be okay. Going to bring his bombs over, which we didn't really need to do. But, oh, come on. Got to roll him anyway. Hands-ons. We're going to add his 1 for the target, plus 2 for the hands-ons. We're going to add 4. 10, 14, that's 3 more damage. Next one, adding 4, 8, 3 more damage. And adding 4 again, 8, 1 more damage. So he gets 7. Everybody had a slam bang mission on this one. Okay. Back to the SOP. Draw homeward-bound event card. Choppy weather. Perform formation check for all bomber groups each movement turn. We only have to do that once. Move mission counter towards base. There will be no interception. We will roll for formation, which really isn't going to matter because there will be no interception, but we'll roll anyway. 3 plus for 93rd. They're fine. 2 plus for the 499th. They're fine. 5 plus for the 322nd. They are disrupted or dispersed. And 6 plus for the 388th. They're fine. All right. No, nothing else. No replenishment needed. Return to base. Going to do a little mission debriefing. Determine final target damage status. Airfield 09 was worth 4 VPs, and we got all 4. Takes us up to 110 VPs, which right now is good. The only thing we got to worry about is at the end we have to subtract something for each counter, minus 6 VPs for each hex sort of Berlin. So I still think we're going to come out of this with a great the way it is so far. And we got our 4 VPs. We're going to move the counter 4, 1, 2. Remove a counter. That'll be one of these. We can also return this to deck. And then 1, 2. So we go right up to there. We're going to just take care of the card, discard that. And we get +1 for the theater when we roll, which will be this week also. So hopefully we'll move that theater, and that means all these will disappear. Not sure if that gets rid of the target in there too or not. That's an aircraft factory. I'm going to say no. Just says get no aircraft behind the marker if it moves. So we're hoping it will move. XPs. Everybody on the mission gets 2. We'll start with the 20th. They are ace already. Return to base. 388th. They get 2. Do not promote yet. Return them to base. That's on the wrong one. Sorry about that. Flak bait, 322nd. They get two. I'm not going to promote yet. All right. Get rid of that too. 499th. They get two. Don't promote yet. Return to base. And 93rd. They're an ace already. Return to base. Return this to deck. And we already returned the, okay, liftoff response goes up there. So, we can discard that. Check out the SOP, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And we go to remaining mission pre-flight, armed bombers. So we get rid of these guys now. These guys come down here on their own. These guys come over here. 20th will come in. 357th will take over the high escort. And then we're going to bring in our middle wing. H2X has got to go first. So that will be Commander Ray and the Bells. Memphis Belle. We need that radar up there to avoid that mostly cloudy penalty. All right. Next up will be, who do I want in there? We got to hide these two in the middle. So let's get the 301st. And then we'll put the 306th, which is us. And come up here. Roll for bomber position. We're adding 1, 7, 8. Puts us in the rear. And then last but not least will be the 351st, bringing up the fourth bomber position. We're going to have Johnson fly, the wing commander fly with. Let's put him with the Holy Joe just to make sure that they don't get any problems. And we need to suppress for Ray. And bring over the 357th and their commander for escort. Oh, no, no, no. I returned that to deck and I didn't want to. He goes to the mission, assigned as escort. Get a little crazy sometimes. Concentrate fire. We also got to bring a good aim over. All right. Arming bombers. Let's get the target and everything down here set up. Send a current target. Send the target intel. Send a UK base. Get the one out of there. Target is oil 1 in hex 13. And we're going to fly straight at it. All right, high intel on this. That'll help things a lot. Um, this will get us up to 7, I believe, points for our secondary target, making that hopefully easily achievable by taking this one out in the final month of the secondary target. Um, so, purchase equipment, we will do that, and armed bombers. Chaff first, got to have that. That'll be 2. And let's start arming him up. He has 5 left to go. I need a B-17. I'm going to give him an M44. That'll take care of 3 of them. Give him 2, and then an M30 just in case we get jettison. That'll be 4. Um, the Holy Joe. Get 6 of them. He's a B-17. Let's give him a GB4 and then a El Cheapo, so it'll cost us 4 more. Um, Same for the Scarlet. Let's put a GB4 on them. I really want this target down. Let's put an incendiary on them. That'll be 4 more. And last but not least, another B-17. I think we might as well just go for this and not take a chance, and let's do the same thing. 4 more, another incendiary, 16 total points, leaves us 4 left over for the next time. Back to the SOP. Set up display. Let's get the 91st and 301st. And 306 and 351st. Alright, and then roll for Luftwaffe response. 3. Gonna be another poor, I believe. -2 on the response too, so that's gonna be a 1. Definitely poor. I'm really trying to get some highs in here so we can get some of these counters out of there. We're just not rolling them. Alright, draw target bound event card. AA fire. Roll for each bomber group. Not good. The AA has been ripping me up really good in this campaign. So let's start with the Memphis Belle. 8. 1 destroyed. The Holy Joe. Oops, didn't want that. 10. Ouch. 2. Oh, that was, hold on, wrong one. Holy Joe 2. That's what I thought. Yeah, they're already shaking now. Let's change his status then. 306. That was us. 8. That's 1. And we got a roll for damage on our chart too. No, we're not hit for the single plane mission. And we're rolling over here to 6. That's just no damage. So already our mission's taken a turn for the south. Discard that. Move mission counter towards target. We will get Luftwaffe response. 2 of them on their black side. Dark side, getting some Star Wars action now, huh? BF-110 and a BF-109. None of these specials will come into effect because he does not have them on his card. The 357th is in good enough shape that they can take on both of these guys. He is fast, so he'll be able to fire on them first. +6. So we'll go +6 against him. 7, that's a miss. +6 +1 is +7. That's a kill. The BF-110 goes down. 357th gets a kill. And we're going to move this one over. They get to fire on us. -2 for the scenario. And that's it. 3. That's going to be a miss. Second round. And he gets a second round. We fire on him +6. That's a kill. So we get another kill. And move that aircraft counter 1 more. Nice. Oops, let's get a engagement on him. That's a, wow, 6. Total of 6 on him, so we got to watch it. He could go shaking here real soon. Luftwaffe Squadron interception, resolve bandit attacks, replenishment. So these two will flip to their one side. Fighter group returns to base. Nope. We're going to move mission counter towards target. We're going to check for Luftwaffe interception. We have 2 of them in there, so we're going to draw 2 more. We get a 110 again, and we get a 190 again at this time. So both of these will go up against. I'm gonna have to check the rules on this. He's at a -6 now. He may only get one of them. I'm gonna pause this real quick while I double check that. All right, so I was afraid of that. Because of the engagement, we were at losses of 6 plus. A lot of those guys had to go home because they got beat up in the first one. So he can only take one of them. Now we got to roll to see if he gets his choice. And he does. So we're going to go ahead and take the 110. And we're going to let the 190 go after a bomber. And that's 7, which is going to be the 3rd bomber. Of course it is. I was trying to hide him. All right. We get to fire first as we're fast. We're going to add 6 and add 7 actually. That's going to be a kill for him. The 110 goes back home. Well, no, he doesn't. He goes to Davy Jones' locker actually, because and this will move one on over, and we will return one of these. Not rearm, return to deck, Greg. And then move that back down to 0. And the 357th gets another kill. And bomber to 306, that would be us. We're fast. We get an air to air of +6. Subtracting 1 is +5, so we get to go before they do. That's a kill. So the 306 gets a kill. And I believe we got to check this to see if bandit attack. Attack by bandits resolve the attack. For each bandit attacking the group, roll on the bandit attacks bomber chart to determine if individual bandit attacks. Bandit attacks bomber. 6? No. So none of that's necessary. Okay. And this moves one more. So we resolve bandit attacks. Adjust Luftwaffe replenishment. Both of these guys will rearm. And this guy will flip over to his one side. Fighter group returns to base. No. Add previous damage. We do need to draw another engagement. 9, 10. Oh, he's definitely in shaken zone now. So we may need to, he may get the flyback. Well, no, he'll be around for the last one. He can still, nothing else is going to happen in here. Add previous target damage. There is none. We'll bring the high intel down here so we don't forget. We'll bring the chaff up here. Offsets that. The high intel will offset the +2 for the flak from the scenario, so it'll be even up flak rolls. In will come the Memphis Belle. They get a -1 durability, so we're going to subtract 1 from the flak. Rolling 2 dice. 6 and a 2 is a 5 and a 1. They miss. Memphis Belle comes in, dropping her bombs. +2. Weather stays 0 because we have the H2X radar. So we're +2. +3 for the target. +4, +5 for the intel. 8. That's going to be 3 hits. And for this one, +2 for them, +0, +1 is +3, +4, +5, and that's it. So it's still +5. 2, 7, miss. So they get 3 damage. That was the Memphis Belle 91st. Next into the fray, 301st, Shaken. They're going to roll twice for flak, subtracting 1, 2 and a 4, missing. Bringing their bombs up, they're -1. +1 is 0. +2 is 2. +2 for the GB4 is +4. 9. That gives us 4 hits. And then +2 for this. 5, 6, 7 is a miss, so he gets 4 hits. 301st. Alright, and in comes us, the 306th. We're subtracting 1 from the flak roll, rolling twice. 5 and a 0. No damage. Bring up our bombs. +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6 for the GB4. That's 4 hits. And that returns the magazine and the incendiary. +1, +2, +3, +4. That's 14. The incendiary hits. So they get 4 and an incendiary. Not a bad haul. And last but not least is the 351st. They come in, -1 on the flak rolls, 4 and a 5. No damage. Bring up their bombs. They're a +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6. 9. That's 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the incendiary, 1. That's going to be a miss. So they got 4 damage and we destroyed the target. Alright. Back to our... oh, we got to reshuffle our cards back to deck. Draw Homeward-Bound event card. Tactics defeated. Remove any remaining tactics from the groups. Alright, now draw a, move counter towards base. Alright, we can get rid of that. Actually, we can get rid of target 11 too, I believe it was. Yes. Clean things up a little bit. Luftwaffe interception, we got 2 of them. AA and no bandit. So the anti-air is going to go up against the second one, 301st. Going to add 2, subtracting 1 is a +1. 10, 11. They're going to take the full brunt. 3 more damage. Yeah. They are fully shaken right now. And that's it at its turn. They only fired at 1 time. There wasn't a dogfight, so he doesn't draw an engagement. We resolved the attacks. He replenishes the rearm. These guys flip, but they're not going to be able to come back out, so I will not bother. We will return to base. And determine final target damage status, which is destroyed. Let's check out the incendiary. We roll a 6. That would have knocked it up one more level, but we already destroyed it. So we'll discard that, and we get a 3 victory points, and we have 7 of our 10 oil VPs taken care of already. So we'll discard that. That should come up here to the oils. We'll just put them there like that so we can see them. This returns the deck. 3 victory points. Takes us up to 113. We get back to the SOP, Greg. My mind is wandering a little bit sometimes. It's been a long week. XPs, 2 for everybody in the mission. So let's start here. 357th is Ace. They return to base. These 2 go back to the cup. He will return to there. Memphis Belle, they're already Ace. They return to base. Ray will join them. The Holy Joe, 301st. They're average, so they will get points. That takes them up to 7. They needed 8, so they're not quite promoted yet. And we will return them to base. Johnson will follow suit. The 306th, we're Ace. Return to base. Check out our status up here. We get post mission. We check the next open box. And then we're going to get 2 points for being in the rear. And I think we'll use those 2 up to make that add 1. Alright. And last but not least is the 351st. They get 2 points. Still not enough to promote yet. And they will return to base also. Alright. Get all these guys over in their slot. 357th goes away. SOP says we are done that. End of week. Perform target repair rolls. There are none. Add replenishment to rested groups. So the ones that did not fly are .458th and 448th. They'll both go down 2. He goes down to 7, which keeps him shaken. And 448th goes down to 5. Okay. Then we also go through and we do any that have rep on them. So he goes down 2. He goes down 1, which also then takes care of his status. He goes down 1. He goes down 2, but he only has 1 damage. He goes down 1. He goes down 2. Alright, and Castle gives 2, so we'll go ahead and take him down to 0. And that is it. Advanced week marker. And there is only 3 weeks in October, so we go straight to month done. All right, month done. Evaluate secondary mission card. We got 7 out of our 10 necessary. Move secondary mission card. Send a secondary mission. We don't flip a secondary mission yet. You only have one of those going at any given time. Um, Warfront adjustment. All right, we're going to roll for, let's start up here at the ETO first. +2. And we need an 8 or more. Oh, we roll a 2. And that's going to decrease, I believe. I think it only stays there for, I'll reset. Only stays there for the month that you're in. So we stay right where we're at. Um, we will roll for Mediterranean. We get a 1. That means that's going to hurt us. It goes back to Tunis. And so we will no longer get our +2 SO a week. And we're going to roll for the USSR 8. They're going to stay the same. New Luftwaffe squadrons. We'll add up all these. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. So we're going to draw 13. The other thing we got to do before we get too carried away is get rid of all the ones on the return to deck in the different zones. Okay, now we're going to 0 to 1 reserve, 2 to 3 will be the mid, and 4 will be Russia. Okay, we're going to start rolling to send these out. 5 comes to us. 5 comes to us. 3 goes to the mid. 2 goes to the mid. 8 goes to us. There was no way that was 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to get 8 more. Five comes to us. 3 mid. 4 Russia. Up. 2 mid. They, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're out of them. Well, that's going to be what we got then. All right, so let's put them out there. I've never been in that predicament before. 4. 13. 0, 3. 0, 5. All right, and the criticals are all filled. Build factories. We got 1. That will go to target. Make that target 4. And target 4 will go hex 11. All right. German technology availability check. Well, we already got those out there. There's nothing more to check. Group commander replacement check. He replaces on the roll of 6 plus 4. He does not get replaced. Monthly housekeeping group reassignment check. This is the scary part. He gets nothing, so we're going to roll for a 9 plus on them. Oh, they get reassigned, so the 93rd will no longer be with us. Goes another ace. So this is October. Under monthly results, we will do $93rd reassigned. Yellow results. Leave that there in case. And I want to, I think I just move them. Yes, we'll put them back on in their deck, so we don't go move to B24 deck. Yes. Okay. 499th next, roll of 9 plus. They're fine. 458th 8 plus. They're fine. 448th 9 plus. They're fine. Memphis Belle 9 plus. They're fine. R Bomber the 9 plus. 351st 10 plus. 301st doesn't get reassigned yet. 322nd 10 plus. Blind date no reassignment. The 20th 10 plus. They got a 9. And the 357th 10 plus. So we only lost one bomber. One's enough. Monthly replacement points we get, I believe it's 18. Yes, 18. So I'm going to use 6 of them up on them right away. That takes him back down to regular. Who else is in danger? 7, 8, 9, 10. That leaves us with 8 left. 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and where we've used them all up. Just campaign timeline. Come over here, put week on 1, year stays on 44, month moves to November. Come over here to my sheet. November, I already have the 4th week blocked out. We'll move our 4 extra points over here so I don't forget. And that, my friends, is the end of that week. Thanks for joining me. Successful week. We'll see what goes on from there. And you all have a good day or night. Thanks again.